So today we are here at Silverstone. I'm joined by Lando Norris. Last year, mate, you were the highest placed Brit on the grid.
I was.
So I thought for this year, going into Silverstone, who better to show me around than yourself?
Thank you very much.
I can see that smile. You obviously like that
I mean,
intro.
I love it here. I love it here in Silverstone. As you can see, wet as usual. But last year was amazing. You know, the crowd, the feeling, re-watching the video, like when I got into the lead, hearing the crowd. It was incredible. And to be the top Brit, to kind of be with George, with Lewis, to kind of fly along those ranks is pretty cool. So hopefully we can do it again.
And we're not going to just walk around the track, mate. We've got a couple of
scootering.
scooters. Yeah, there's a bit of action going on, me and you here. A little bit of, it's not a race,
Just
but
like the old days, we're racing.
It is. It is like the old days,
Right,
precisely.
we fire up.
Oh, I'm flat.
There we go. There we go. All right, we're off.
It's a full start, not like your start last year.
No,
Lando.
mine was a beauty last year.
It was a beauty, yeah. Talk me
beauty.
through that a little bit. What was it like taking the lead at a British Grand Prix?
I wish you could see. I wish there was like a face cam in the helmet.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you smiling like you are now?
I was smiling like this, literally. I got into the lead, and as much as you're not thinking of it, because I'm like, oh my God, what a start. I need to do this, I need to do that. At the same time, I ran on turn one, I'm like, I'm leading. So it was amazing. Like the starts are our best opportunities normally to gain or lose positions. But if there's any place you want to go forward, and for me that I want to get a good start, it's here in Silverstone.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit about the fans.
Yeah.
Just what was that like, the noise? Surely, I know that it's louder than an F1 car, but you must have heard them over the top of all of that.
I could imagine it, I think. Like, I could imagine what it went like, and I genuinely went round Brooklands, and I was in the lead, and I'm like, I'm not chilling, but I was like, I'm chilling here.
I'm chilling. He's leading his
first I had to look up at the
British
grandstand. I had to look up and see what the fans were doing, and like what. And I can't remember going around the corner, accelerating, and I'm like looking up to my left, and I see them all like hands in the air, cheering and shouting, and again, like I smiled, and that was really the coolest feeling I think I've ever had in the car.
Well, we're recreating it now, but I'm being you here, so I'm up the inside, mate.
Okay,
I'm getting the lead down into turn one. Obviously, you had Max Verstappen behind you in that Red Bull last year, and he was absolutely flying.
He was indeed.
This year, if we're in the same scenario again and you get in the lead, are you thinking you can hold on to it?
I mean, we've improved a lot since last year. You know, Silverstone last year was our second race where we had the upgrades, and that was kind of the kickstart of where we are now. You know, like I've gone on and managed to win my first race in F1, points every race, five podiums I think this year. Like,
cool, you know you're doing well when you lose track of how many podiums you've had.
1, 2, 3, like whatever, you know. So, but really, Silverstone was where everything started. And that was our first podium of the season. We should have had 2 McLarens on the podium, and as much as that was the coolest feeling ever, it kind of just kick-started our little journey that we've been on for the last 5 years. And now we're fighting for race wins. We're fighting for podiums every race weekend, and we're a top team. You're not saying, you know, are we top pack, are we bottom, like middle pack, whatever, you know. We're coming into every quali and every race like, you know, what can we do to get pole today? What can we do to win the race today? And that makes everything so much more exciting, so much more nerve-wracking at the same time, but just more enjoyable, because this is what I do racing for.
I'm defending.
Overtakes again.
Hold on a minute, hold on. I'm telling you now, he's got more power than me. You got more top end. Right, back to Silverstone, mate, because you know this is the British Grand Prix.
The best.
Brooklands.
Brooklands.
Home of the BRDC, a club that you are a part of.
Yes, indeed.
And a part of the track where there's always action here.
Yeah, there is.
Even thinking just back to last year, you and Max, this is where Max made his move.
It was.
What was the thought process when that happened? Obviously, probably after feeling quite comfortable, a bit gutted.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I felt comfortable for a little bit, and people think I just let Max go because I don't want to race Max and blah, blah.
Well, you're friends, aren't you?
We're friends off the track.
I don't
care who he is on the track. I don't care if he's won, if he's never won. But there's too many times last year when Max was so easily quicker, there was no point defending, there was no point ruining my own race. And without ruining my own race, I managed to finish second, and I wouldn't have finished second if I tried too hard to achieve something we couldn't do.
Yeah.
But more times this year now, like we saw in Imola at the end of the race, if only there was 1 or 2 more laps,
If only.
we can bring the fight to him, and I'm not going to ruin my own race by trying to race him. So
what you're saying is the gloves are off when it
the
comes to
gloves are
Max
off.
Verstappen.
And we're throwing fists.
You're
And
throwing fists.
I'm excited, I'm ready, especially here in Silverstone. If there's any place you want to be a little bit more like bring the fight, it's going to be here. And this is the perfect place. Brooklands, Luffield. This is the perfect place to try to do it.
And also, so Max Verstappen, you had your battles with him here, or you're hoping to have some more battles from your fight until you and Lewis.
Me and Lewis.
Brits.
Yeah, I
Lewis
remember
is
that one.
obviously an icon of the sport.
Yeah.
You know, going side by side through here for just a few laps. The fans were
loving it,
that
huh?
one, weren't they?
I wasn't loving it. But it's honestly one of the coolest things. Like I remember 2008, 2007, watching Lewis racing here. And now I get to race against Lewis. I get to race here in Silverstone. And I got to do the combo. I got to race Lewis.
Got some fans
here
out
at
here.
Silverstone.
But and you got, look, cheers
Look
already.
at them, they're ready for the weekend.
It's not even
you know?
race week, they're here
It's
already
in 3
for you.
weeks. Muppets. But yeah, racing Lewis here at Silverstone it's so cool, and it's an honor. And there's one thing that I always have for those kind of people, or just for the drivers that I'm against, all of them, is respect. And when you're kind of fighting here, when you're going wheel to wheel, and I think he came out alongside me here.
Yeah, he did.
And we chose a slightly lower downforce for the weekend. It was like
So same as you got today, you're slightly lower down.
slightly, just like now. And he's come out here, he's got a slightly better run, but the lower downforce has just helped me out, and I've managed to stay ahead. And this was the deal breaker of them finishing second in the race and finishing ahead of him. So the little things that maybe people don't know or don't see actually were the things which added up to it. But flying the flag for the UK, for Britain, and doing that here at my home race and trying to beat Lewis, like that was you know, you want to prove your point as a youngster against Lewis, one of the best drivers ever in Formula One. That was a cool moment.
Now we got onto the hangar straight, we've got a little while. I'm going to ask you some questions about your season, because I've not actually seen you since Miami.
Yeah, oh, okay.
You are now a race winner in Formula One. How did that feel? From starting out in go-karts to being a Formula One race winner?
This was, when you put it like that, I think that's what makes it so cool.
It's a journey, isn't it?
It's the journey is the film, as a wise man once said.
Who was that wise man?
Dave. The journey is the film. It's when you look back on everything, that's what makes it so, like, feel so emotional and so special, you know? It's not the fact that I'm in a race and I've won a race. I've worked, 15 years since Buckmore, since I met you.
Buckmore days, when you
I
were
was
about
like
this
7, 8
big.
years
You were short when you
I
were
was
younger.
super
I was
small.
short too.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
both were. We both had to suffer with being late.
From that day, late bloomers.
Late
From that
bloomers.
day to now, it's what, you know, it's like 16, 17 years to get to this point that we're now at. And for me to win a race, you think of all those memories on every step of the way. That's what makes it feel so special. So it's been incredible, especially because I've been, 6 years with McLaren. It's my 6th year in Formula One. It feels like it's flown by. But you never know when that time is going to come and when your opportunities are going to come. And I've had a few times I've been close. And I think that's when all the names like Lando Norris, all that stuff.
Lando Norris, I've not heard that one.
I've loved it. But
you can't have loved that.
I don't mind. Like when I started Formula One, I was thought too much about what people think about me, and all I want to do is impress, and what I want people to love me and to like me. But I always cared too much, and that impacted how I thought, and like mentally I struggled, because as soon as someone said something bad, I took it to heart, and I struggled with that. But now I got to the point where I just do what I believe in and do what I want to do to make myself perform at my best level that I got to do. So I don't mind what people say now about me, whether they like me or don't. You're always going to have that in every sport, in every, you know, football, rugby,
So true.
whatever. You have fans and you have people that are going to boo you and don't want to support you, that kind of thing. But that's part of sports, I think. That's part of cheering for people, and you learn to not mind it. And I like to prove some of those people wrong, like I think anyone does. As soon as you have someone who's doubting you, it kind of motivates you to want to go out and prove them wrong and do the opposite. And yeah, going out to finally win a race in Formula One was one of the moments. But it's not what I remember it for. You know, I remember it for my first race with McLaren that I go on to win in Formula One.
Miami's not a bad place to do it.
And
either.
Miami, let me tell
the
you.
The after party looked
If
pretty
you're gonna
crazy,
do it
Lando.
anywhere, I think Miami's a good place to do it. So.
What
No.
about in terms of where you're at this season with the team? Like
Yeah.
you say, it kind of the upgrades you brought sort of here last year kick-started that return to form for McLaren.
Yeah, it did.
You and Oscar and the team, you're in a real strong position before Silverstone this year.
We are. I mean, we're looking good. We've improved already through this year. We started a little bit behind Red Bull and Ferrari. Ferrari had a very good winter, made some big steps forward. So we're a little bit behind, but then we went to Miami. We brought the first set of upgrades. Boom, like we were quick all weekend. We had a few little setbacks. We had a crash in the sprint race. We got a little bit lucky. I'm very happy to admit I got a bit lucky on Sunday in the race, but we still won, and we were very quick. You know, I was quickest on track before Max went off, before whatever.
Yeah.
We were the quickest on track, and to kind of prove that and start this little run that we've been on the last few weeks, where we've been so quick, we've been challenging for wins, challenging for poles. Like that's given everyone so much motivation, especially coming in Silverstone.
Have you felt that around the factory, the team, and everybody? Oh yeah, I've got a little coughing fit on
I
you.
do.
You've got to keep yourself in top shape, Lando.
I need
You
to
can't
make
have
sure I'm
everyone
ready
healthy
for
for Silverstone.
The feeling in the factory has been incredible. Like everyone's more aligned, everyone's more motivated, because I think as soon as we had that taste of this is what it feels like, everyone's like, damn, I've missed this and I want more of it. And it just motivates them that little bit more. Like they were already motivated, but as soon as you kind of put something new on the car and it works and it's like, okay, this has helped us get closer to the win or closer to a pole, then they're like, okay, let's do that a little bit more. Let's try and find the next thing. And it's this good spiral, and you've got this good spiral going. That's what we got. And everyone's so excited every weekend. We can fight for a pole, we can fight for a win, and that's just what we want.
This is the last part of the lap. When it comes to qualifying, this is where the tyres
your legs are shaking a little
Your
bit.
legs are shaking, the tyres are screaming,
Yeah.
the fans are cheering. There's a lot going on.
It's so easy to come into the last chicane. You know, you've done a mega lap so far. It's chaotic, it's so high speed. You're ending on a nice, slow chicane. So to get the timing perfectly right, to not hit the sausage curb, to use all of the curb, like you said, the tyres are on edge, they're super hot, they've had a very stressful whole lap. It's so easy to lose all of it. So it's important to get a nice, good exit. Little wave to the fans on the way by.
You mentioned
And,
you having a stressful lap. All the fans in the grandstands here as we come through these last couple of corners, Clove and Vale, they're having a stressful time too because they want you to do so well. There's so much energy around the place, isn't there?
It's insane. Like I stay in the hotel here, but I drive around every morning because I want to feel it. You know, I don't want to just walk across the bridge and not see anyone. I want to go all the way out to the gate.
You drive all the way around?
I go out to the gate. I drive all the way around because I want to see the fans. I want to get that feeling of like, this is it. This is my home race. The fans are there. They're cheering, and I love it. Like it's such a unique experience. I don't think there's many things like it where you have so many people who they're there for, you know, McLaren or me or for the Brits. They're there to cheer us on and shout our name and that kind of, and it's so cool. It gives you the best feeling inside, and I really love it. So I thank all my fans because I
think it's worth a couple
have the
attempts?
best fans because I've had like 4 or 5 driver of the days this season. And
You're just picking them up for fun at this point.
it feels better than a race win almost because it's a fan orientated thing. But yeah, to do it here in Silverstone, to have like to hear the roars, to see them, it's one of the coolest things of the year.
I mean, I didn't do this on purpose, Lando, but we're coming up now to the start-finish line. Grid spots, you're in P2, I'm on the pole side.
The pole's on the right, no?
Pole on the right? You should know this, mate.
Already.
You should know this.
We'll see on Saturday, then we'll know where I am.
Yeah,
on the car.
okay, so whichever side you are
Whichever-
after Saturday.
Pole's on the left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See,
You're right.
I know my onions.
You
Come
know
on,
your
Lando,
stuff.
you've got to do your
You know.
homework here, mate.
I'm
Home
sorry.
race and all. Finally, just want to say from everyone, all the British fans, you know you've got them on your side. Like you
I
said,
know,
driver of the
thank you.
days, they give you them for fun, but a big, you know, good luck for this
I appreciate
weekend.
it.
It's a huge weekend in the calendar.
Yes, I
Hope
want to do
it
you
all
all proud.
goes well, yeah.
I'll do
We'll
you
be
proud.
cheering you on.
I appreciate it. I love the support. I love the Papaya Army. I love my army, your fans. So thanks, and I'll do my best for all of you guys watching.
You've overshot your grid spot there,
I
mate.
have. Let me
Pulse
go back.
for me.
I'm jealous of the pole you're in.
Pulse for me, pulse for me.
I just want to cross the line.
What? I'll stop before the finish line. He's done me.
Cheers, mate.
Have a good one.